And welcome to the Three Guys Podcast, hosted by Brian, Derek, and Brett. Today we are joined by a repeat co-host guest, Shaun Judge. What's going on, Shaun?
Hey, what's going on, Brett? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. This is a return visit for you.
It is. It is 2 weeks ago today, as a matter of fact.
How was the first visit? Do you feel like that went on pretty well?
No, listen, like the next day, not even the next day, like 10 minutes after I got off, I'm like, oh, I screwed that up and I screwed that up. And what the hell was I talking about? So no, I was Monday morning quarterbacking myself.
It happens all the time, man. Like when I have to edit this, so I go back and I listen to myself and I'm like scratching my head. It's like that emoji with the face in front of him, the shaking my head one. So the listeners, Brian's in San Diego right now, so he's unable to attend. My brother was supposed to join along with another co-host, and those two are MIA right now because I think they're cocktailing somewhere. So it's you and I.
Who needs them?
I feel like it's like a date. It just got stood up.
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't happen to you often.
I know you got a zinger.
But I got to be honest with you. I feel like I'm back in high school. Except after I would get stood up, I'd be hanging out with your brother. Now it's your brother standing me up.
Oh, geez. Hopefully it wasn't the when you were hanging around with him. Hopefully it wasn't when he had that that special haircut that he had for his bus pass.
Yeah, he looked like he looked like Ice Cube's character as a kid.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood.
He's gonna love that one. So I was gonna start it off with this one. Shaun, are you down with OPP?
Oh, you know me.
So I want to jump into, because I know you're a big soccer guy, and Euro 2020, Euro Cup 2021 just happened.
Yep.
Italy won. Feedback. What's your thoughts? How'd you think the whole tournament went?
Well, I enjoyed the whole tournament. It's rare that I don't like those international tournaments, the continental championship type formats. I thought it ended the way that I kind of expected it to at the beginning. I thought Italy coming in had a very good shot at winning. I thought that they were coming in as just a ball of fire. Mm-hmm. And not a lot of people were talking about them heading into the tournament. England was one of the favored teams, especially with the championship being at Wembley and England being able to play a lot of games at home. I thought that was going to help them, but the way everything fell, it really worked in England's favor. But I enjoyed it. I thought the final match was really good. It would happen to be the same time as my daughter's baptism, so first time I've seen a lot of my family, and all they saw was the back of me as I sat at the bar watching the match.
With a beer in your hand?
With what?
With a beer in your hand?
Oh yeah, I had like 3 or 4 different drinks. The bartender, it was her first day ever working like a function.
Yeah.
So I asked for a Glenfiddich on neat, mm-hmm. and she hands me this glass that normally you would fill like a third or maybe even half. She filled that thing right up to the very tippity top. I looked at your brother and I'm like, oh boy, my wife better be driving home. This is not going to be a good day.
You can bust your butt and, finding that, like, is this meant to be or no? Like, at what point do you say, hey, like, let me hang it up?
I think that point is different for everybody. It's no matter what your passion is, it's when does that passion end? And that's got to be something that's deeply personal. I don't know that anyone can say, some blanket answer to, when do you know? I think you just know when you know, when it becomes more of a chore than something that you love. You hear people a lot of times that say, like, you just got to, if you want it enough, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's such I don't know. Every time I hear somebody say that, it's like, that's not true.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you want to be, you want to have a level of success as an actor. There are things that you want to achieve as an actor. Do you not want it enough? Like,
yeah,
of course you do. Of course you want it enough, but maybe they're not looking for someone who's as Italian looking, or they want a guy that looks a little bit younger or has a different accent or can do this accent or that accent. Or you're not tall enough. You're too tall. Mm-hmm. You're not fat enough. I don't know that anyone in Hollywood's looking for someone that's that fat, but if you are, I'm willing to give it a try.
And he's got a bald head.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
pleasantly plump.
There's not that pleasant, to be honest with you. It's not. It never comes down to a question of if you want it enough. It comes down to, do you do the things that you need to do to put yourself in a position to take advantage of opportunities? That's where I think your hard work comes into. But a lot of things, they're just arbitrary.